We had a lot happen this morning, so let's get into it. First off, we had a new Swiss monetary policy decision, raising interest rates the expected 50 basis points up to 1.5%. That wasn't the only interest rate decision that happened this morning. The UK just released their new rate as well, raising the expected 25 basis points up to 4.25%. Lastly, US unemployment claims came out better than expected at 191,000, which might be a small step in the right direction after last week's disappointing unemployment rate results. If you missed it yesterday, the US also raised their interest rates the expected 25 basis points up to 5%. All right, everybody, let's go ahead and check out the market heat map so that we can see how all of our assets are trending so far today. Up here towards the top, I'm seeing gold, NZD USD, NZD CHF, NZD JPY, CAD CHF, and GBP USD. So gold is our biggest mover to the upside so far today, up 1.66%, followed by three New Zealand dollar pairs. So New Zealand dollar seems to be performing somewhat bullishly today. Let's check out the bottom of the list. We have Euro NZD, USD ZAR, USD CAD, GBP NZD, Aussie NZD, and Euro CAD. So still seeing New Zealand dollar crosses down there in the reverse, GBP NZD, Euro NZD, Aussie NZD. So New Zealand dollar certainly seems to be trending a lot today, making a lot of moves. We can check out our US indices up here at the top as well. NASDAQ 100, S&P 500, and US 30 all in the positive so far today. NASDAQ being the biggest mover to the upside so far out of those three, up 1.49%. So US indices seem to be performing well. So does gold and the New Zealand dollar. Those seems to be our biggest trend movers so far today. I want to show you guys something really quickly before we get into the watch list. This is, of course, the A1 Edge Finder. It is a super useful market scanning tool with things like COT data, retail trader data, bank signals, and bank projections. We had three new interest rate decisions happened in the last 24 hours. We had Swiss franc monetary policy, we had UK pound monetary policy, and yesterday we had the FOMC decision, which is of course United States interest rate decisions. All of that happened in the last 24 hours. We have all of that interest rate data here along with historical interest rate data as well for each of those countries. Our Fed tracker, which also does things like tracks what the Fed's interest rate and inflation forecast are, and also their impact on the US dollar, the stock market, and gold. Tons of useful information here. And if you want to try out this software completely free, you don't have to enter in your credit card, you don't have to do anything, there's no sort of payment, no sort of commitment, but you can try it, get a trial period completely for free. Here's what you can do. Go on over to the A1 Trading website, a1trading.com, and there's something right down here in the bottom right hand corner. If you fill this information out with your name and your email and what you would like to get interested, or what you're interested in, so you can say Edge Finder, and then you enter your email right here. Click Start Chat. Do you hear that noise? That noise is somebody trying to get in contact with one of our support reps. So we have people in office that are looking to chat with you about any questions that you might have about any of our services, the Discord, any of our free trial information, anything like that. You can talk to them live right now on our website. So if you're interested, go to the website, tell them that you want to try out the Edge Finder. Here, I can say, I would like to try out the Edge Finder, please. You let them know that you want to try out the Edge Finder, and you will get hooked up with an Edge Finder trial for the day. So go try out the software for yourself. Do it on the A1 website. Chat with one of our support reps live right now on the website. But let's go ahead and hop back into the watch list. Let's remove any indices or commodities that we might have, just so that we are left with all of our currency pairs. And there we go. We have two strong sells and two strong buys. USD ZAR and USD CAD are our strong buys. Those are the same as yesterday. Aussie NZD was a strong sell yesterday, but Aussie USD has popped back up into the strong sell bias. This dropped out of it for a little bit, but we are back at a strong sell. Let's take a look at USD CAD today. So we took a look at Aussie NZD yesterday, which was a strong sell. Let's take a look at a strong buy today. I think that's going to be USD CAD. So here we go. USD CAD breakdown, strong buy bias, score of +7. COT data is a score of +2, and retail sentiment is a score of +1. We can get into all those numbers right over here. So COT data, or institutional trader data, currently favored long on the US dollar, 67.58% long and 32.42% short. Favored short on the Canadian dollar, 60.35% short and 39.65% long. Retail traders, or day traders, on the other hand, currently favored short on the pair as a whole, 66% short, 34% long on USD CAD from the day traders. Seasonality is a score of +1. We can see here that in the month of March, historically speaking, over the last 10 years, when you isolate the month of March, we can see that USD CAD performs somewhat bullishly. It tends to trend upwards in the month of March, and that, of course, has been the case so far this month as well. Our trend reading is a score of +1 because it has been trending up. This has been a strong buy in the Edge Finder for at least 2 weeks now. It's absolutely made a lot of moves to the upside. It has come back down a little bit over the past couple of days. We had a nice little spike yesterday, but has come back down a little bit since then. Price forecast does project that this will continue to move upwards. However, we can finish up with our fundamentals: GDP growth, unemployment, and interest rates, all scores of +1. Inflation is a score of -1. Let's look at those numbers right over here. So USD GDP growth 2.7% compared to Canada's 0%. Inflation 6% compared to 5.2. Unemployment 3.6% compared to 5%. And here's a big one: interest rates. FOMC again happened yesterday, raised the expected 25 basis points up to this new 5% interest rate decision. Here in the US, currently 4.5% though in Canada. So there we go, a quick breakdown of USD CAD. Still a strong buy bias here in the Edge Finder. And again, if you want to chat with one of us live and get trial access to the software for yourself, head on over to the A1 Trading website, shoot us a message, tell them that you want to try out the Edge Finder. You can just ask Edge Finder trial and we will get you set up with that.
I bought gold. Honestly, I think of course, hindsight 2020, I should have bought it right here. I still feel fine with my buy. My buy might have been a little bit early. I was going off of this zone, and this zone here was kind of where my stop loss was. So, or still is. My stop loss is below these lows. So I'm in that trade, and things are going fine. So I'm looking to see if this thing can rally back to the highs. And if it does, the goal would be to trail stops and perhaps even look for a bigger move and trail that stop beyond the highs. That's kind of where I'm at with this. For those of you guys who are keeping up with my gold idea. So now I mentioned we've got inflation here ticking up in the UK. And if you're watching the pound, whether you're trading pound, yen, pound, etc., I think we need to take a look at a few things together really quick. I'm going to show you guys something. The Smart Money Tracker. We're going to pull this up, and I want to show you guys the pound. So here's one thing that's sketchy about the pound. If you're watching GBP pairs, right? GBP pairs right here, we can see that institutional money is actually pretty net short when it comes to the pound. 60% short, 40% long, right? So there's a heavy preference here for shorting. Now, how do I get this data? How do we know this for information? Well, this is the COT report. And the COT report is a futures thing where it has to punch out once a week. Big money has to basically report their holdings. Now, it is a bit delayed, but it can give us a really good insight into the sort of sentiment of smart money on particular assets. So right now, the pound is very short biased by smart money traders, the big banks, hedge funds. They're betting against the pound right now. And on the flip side, you've got things on the other end like gold, right? Gold is a very long-oriented asset right now. You've got the dollar, which is a very long-oriented asset right now. So institutional money is buying the dollar, they're buying gold, and they're shorting things like the pound, and they're shorting things like the Japanese yen. Do me a favor, type yes in the chat if that makes sense. The way we just read the COT data, type yes in the chat if that makes sense to you with this GBP idea, and we'll go from there. Chandler or James on the back end, would one of you guys let me know if we are good in the office for a rep to handle some free trial handouts. If we do some free trials, just Discord message me if you don't mind. Okay, cool. Thank you guys for the yeses. That's good to know. All right, good. It's really simple. I mean, reading this chart, for those of you guys who don't have the edge finder, it's really simple. We are reading most bearish to most bullish. These assets are most picked up by institutional money, whereas on the flip side, these are the most bearish. Cool. Yeah, really simple stuff. Okay. Okay. So on top of that, I want to show you guys one more thing. In terms of retail sentiment, this is also an interesting one to pay attention to. And guys, for those of you who are just tuning in, we did the Bank of England's rate decision, which came out here this morning. Rates came out as expected at 4.25%, which is a rate hike of 25 basis points from the Bank of England. It caused a little bit of volatility. In fact, we should probably go check the pound really quick again. So pound USD here, it quickly dropped here in the early morning session, and then in just the blink of an eye, shot back up. So rates coming out at 0.25% higher, causing some bullishness there. Already putting the edge finder to good use. Thanks, Maximilian. Glad to hear that. I'm happy to hear that you're enjoying it. Yeah, this pound move has been very interesting. I've mentioned that I'm not super bullish on the pound, and part of the reason, as I just went over with the smart money tracker, the pound is one of the more favorited short assets here, right? So we don't necessarily have a lot of interest on the on the long side myself, right? Because again, big money is short on the pound, so I'm going to be cautious there myself.
Don't forget to check out the links in the description if you want our broker recommendation, access to our free Discord, free Edge Finder, or want to chat with us on Telegram. Remember, you can watch us live in the markets every morning starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have lots more free trading tools and content available on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching.